Sure, here's a 600-word YouTube-style article titled, F-84 Thunderjet, Overshadowed by the Sabre, tailored for a 2026 audience. F-84 Thunderjet, Overshadowed by the Sabre. Published, 2026. When we talk about early jet fighters of the Cold War, one name often steals the spotlight, the F-86 Sabre. Sleek, agile, and battle-proven, the Sabre became the icon of U.S. air power in Korea. But behind the glitz of the F-86 lies another aircraft, often overlooked, yet crucial to the U.S. Air Force's early jet age, the Republic F-84 Thunderjet. The forgotten workhorse. First flown in 1946, the F-84 Thunderjet was Republic Aviation's answer to the U.S. Army Air Force's call for a straight-wing jet fighter. Designed by Alexander Kartvelin, who also created the legendary P-47 Thunderbolt, the F-84 was never meant to be a glamorous air superiority fighter. Instead, it was built to be a rugged, long-range ground attack platform, and in that role, it excelled. While the Sabre danced in dogfights at high altitudes, the Thunderjet got down in the mud, flying low and fast over Korean battlefields, delivering bombs, rockets, and napalm with devastating accuracy. Speed versus stability. Compared to the F-86, the F-84 had a rougher start. Early versions of the Thunderjet were plagued with technical issues, weak engines, structural concerns, and poor performance in air combat. However, by the time the F-84G model was introduced in 1951, the aircraft had matured into a dependable workhorse. It wasn't the fastest jet in the sky. The straight-wing design limited its speed to just under 620 miles per hour, but it was stable, sturdy, and could carry more ordnance than any other fighter of its time. In fact, the F-84 could haul up to 6,000 pounds of external stores, about the same as a World War II B-17 bomber. The Korea Crucible. The Korean War 1950-1953 was the Thunderjet's proving ground. While the Sabres dominated the MiGs in MiG Alley, the F-84 flew thousands of strike missions. It escorted B-29 bombers, attacked supply convoys, destroyed bridges, and supported UN ground forces. Over 86,000 combat sorties were flown by Thunderjets during the war, and they dropped more than 55,000 tons of bombs. It wasn't a glamorous job, but it was critical. Without the F-84, the U.S. might not have had a reliable jet-powered ground attack platform in those crucial early years. Innovation and firsts. Though overshadowed by the Sabre in popular culture, the F-84 was a pioneer in its own right. It was the first U.S. fighter capable of in-flight refueling. It was also one of the first to carry tactical nuclear weapons, giving NATO a strategic edge in the 1950s. One of the most ambitious missions involving the F-84 came in 1953, when Operation Longstride saw a group of Thunderjets refuel mid-air multiple times to fly from the U.S. to the United Kingdom in a single day, demonstrating America's growing global reach. Legacy. The F-84 eventually evolved into the swept-wing F-84F Thunderstreak and the RF-84F Thunderflash reconnaissance variant. Together, these aircraft served well into the 1960s with U.S. and NATO forces. Yet, despite its wide service and strategic importance, the Thunderjet never achieved the fame of the Sabre. Why? Partly because dogfights and aerial duels capture the imagination more than ground attacks. But also because the F-84 was a victim of timing. It arrived just as aviation technology was rapidly shifting towards sleeker, faster jets. Final thoughts. Today, in 2026, the F-84 Thunderjet deserves a re-examination. It may not have had the glamour of the Sabre, but it was a vital asset in America's Cold War arsenal. It flew tough missions, pushed early jet aviation boundaries, and helped set the stage for the strike aircraft that followed. So next time you see a photo of a straight-winged jet with the Thunderbolt logo, don't just scroll past. Remember the Thunderjet, not as a footnote in aviation history, but as the unsung hero of the early jet age. Let me know if you'd like this turned into a script with voiceover cues or formatted for a video storyboard.